Hi guys, today I'll demonstrate some of the settings I'm using for the Alpha 7R Mark II, and basically how I set up the custom 1, custom 2, custom 3 and all the other extra buttons to allow it to suit the needs as quickly as possible to access all the settings. So first you can take a look at the C1 that does the white balancing. You can quickly go to setting up of a custom white balances. C2, I set it up to metering mode, and C3 allows me to quickly change whether I want to move to manual focus, DMF, continuous and single shot. So usually I would use continuous. I mean the continuous focusing on this camera is really good. But there are some extra buttons that I have, like AFMF. I set it to eye autofocus, so this allows you to focus on people's eyes. If you just click on it, and then it will focus on the eyes of people. Also, if you bring it down and you click on it, it allows you to do object tracking. So if let's say you want to track a microphone, for example, so even if you move your frame, it will detect the object itself. So that's one way of doing some tracking of objects and reframing stuff like that. In addition, the Alpha R Mark II has minimum shutter speed for ISO, auto ISO. So I set up C4 as a way to control this, especially when you want to use auto ISO but you want the speed to have a minimum shutter speed. So especially for shooting kids where they are constantly moving, this is one of the ways you can use auto ISO yet still maintaining the shutter speed that you want. So sometimes I feel that the screen is kind of distracting, especially when I'm using the viewfinder. So the down button, I set it to turning off the screen. So what you do, or what you have here is probably some kind of a power saving mode, and also less distraction, especially when you're shooting and having the viewfinder or the monitor turning on at the wrong timing. So you can turn it on back just by pressing the same button. The other buttons are all mostly default. So the drive mode, the function button is also customized. What I realized is that silent shooting is really great, but you can't use silent shooting if you turn it on and you realize that your drive mode, you can't use continuous shooting. So there are some things that you can't use when you turn on silent mode, silent shooting in that sense. And anyway, is known that the quality is slightly reduced. I think it's from 14 bits to 12 bits or something like that. So if you need to take serious photos, you definitely want to turn it off. Yep. As well as other things that I put in inside function that cannot be easily accessible without pressing the menu button and going through like tons of menus. So once you get used to the camera, actually is pretty good. You can access almost anything really fast. So I set up like silent shooting, face detection. Sometimes you don't want it to be there. Self timer for your bracketing shots. So sometimes you don't need that, especially if you hand holding it. Picking and zebra, so is easily accessible down here. So where do you go to set this up is to the gear icon at the top, and then scroll to number 7, where you will see the function menu set. So you can set all the custom function whenever you press the function button on the right here. So you can set this page 1 and page 2, just take note of that. And then you can also do custom key settings. So this what I did. Custom 4, which is down here, you can set it to the ISO minimum shutter speed. As well, I forgot to mention about the center button. So sometimes you want to quickly change. Sometimes you do this. You can just turn the wheel to switch your focusing mode, and you can quickly switch to center, or you can go to flexible spot. So the thing is that when you're taking photo and you want to change the focus settings very quick, or change the focus points very quickly, just quickly move it and then click back and then take your shot, and then you click again, move it and click and take your shot. So it's really fast to quickly change to what you want, all at the power of your right hand mostly. So there you go.